I heard the fact that people refer to the war that happened between Nigeria and Biafra as a civil war. It's never a civil war. Civil war is only when a group of people or a group of fraction in a particular country decided they don't want to be part of that country, and in attempts to emancipate, it results to war. That is called civil war. But in the case of Nigeria and Biafra, it's never a civil war, because before the invasion of the British Army in the western part of Africa, Biafra was already a sovereign entity. They have their own system of government and they have their own way of doing things. The British Army came to West Africa to exploit.
You see, this kind of video, it makes me laugh. You know, the guy just come out. I want to tell you, it is not civil war. You can't call it civil war. Is it the language, the English, that is confusing you? Is that you don't understand when they say civil? You don't understand civil war. When the tribes inside citizens of the same nation fighting, warring themselves, that is civil war. Tribes in the same nation, citizens of the same country, warring themselves, fighting themselves, that is civil war. 1967, Ojukwu and some of his Igbo brothers dragged the nation to civil war. And the guy said, you know, it is when people are trying to break away from a nation and it will result, emancipate from, a civil war. That is not what civil war is all about. When you are trying to change history, telling people fake stories like this, coming online saying things you don't know, can lead to civil war, because the civil war in Nigeria affected everybody. So it can lead, many things can lead to civil war. Yeah, you feel me now? And you want to say they were on their own, they have they were not Nigeria, they were having their own government, they were separate people. Before the British came, everybody had their own kind of government. The Edos have their government, how they live their life, their way of life. The Yorubas, every tribe, Ghanaians, in all African countries now, they have their own way of life, not only the Igbos. But when you sign amalgamation 1914, the Igbos' signature was there, is there. They signed amalgamation. When they signed independence 1960, the Igbo people signed independence, and they make Igbo man the first president of Nigeria, and they make Igbo man the vice president of Nigeria, the first vice president of Nigeria, Igbo. The Senate president, the first Senate president of Nigeria, Igbo. Igbo was right from day one, the masterminder, the creator, the reason why we have Nigeria today. So when they declare war in a country where they call their own, they sign independence. It is civil war. It was the same one Nigeria with green and white green. Igbo man stood up and said, the regional structure, the style of government we agreed on with our colonial master, he brought it down in Nigeria. They were ever part of that country, Nigeria. They created Nigeria. They created Nigeria for the Igbo. You see my tune change now. I hate lies. So don't come here and deceive yourself. Don't deceive yourself, man. Okay. Listen to this man.
Country. Igbos have made more contribution than any tribe for the sustenance of this country. And I give examples. If Zik did not do what he did in 1958, 57, 58, when the British was ready to give us independence, they not said they weren't ready. Awolowo almost forced Zik. Let them go. Let us go on our own. And Zik said no. That particular insistence meant that we had our independence in 1960. The West would have gone, the East would have gone. But Zik said no.
You hear them? They are what we are saying, let us have our own South country. Let the North stay on their own. Igbo man said no. Azikiwe said no. We must do it together. Don't come here and come and use English to confuse yourself. You hear me? Igbo, they owns the country, let them enjoy it. They want to break away, you break away with the truth. Don't come here and lie. Igbo started this whole thing by organizing that 1966 coup, right? And that brought Agu Ironsi to power. When this guy, Adaka Boro, declared Niger Delta before, Igbo man killed him.